Welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today. So our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully out of the barriers. Baku City Circuit then. It's an unpredictable 3.7-mile track around the streets of the Azerbaijan capital. 20 turns for our drivers to navigate today, including the infamous Turn 8, one of the tightest and most challenging corners of the season. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Kamui Kobayashi lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Norris, Russell, the captain, Hamilton, Sainz, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, Ocon, Albon, Joe, Bottas, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Stroll, Sargent, Perez, and Dennis Hauger. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Welcome to Driving Immersion. This is the immersive racing experience. We drive full-length races in full simulation from the driver's cockpit with a Fanatec force feedback wheel and pedal set. We have the full grid of cars with all of the skill and talent of the drivers and all of the weather that is set in the game. This is the full career season in Formula One. Before we go on, give us a like and subscribe and let us know how you enjoyed the race. It gets our channel out to other race fans like you. In addition, you'll be notified when the next race is available. Our content is on Facebook in HD and on YouTube in Ultra HD.
Any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
We are back to the street circuit of Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan. Again, this is a street circuit that saw its first race in 2017. This is a 3.7-mile track, and we will be racing for 51 laps. We are racing with the default strategy, which is a one-stop starting with a medium set and ending with a hard set of tires. Here is our setup, and it is based off of a setup from Sim Racing Setups, and you can look them up on YouTube as well. We did, however, add air to the front tires and reduce the air in the rear tires, as this is a full-length race. You can pause the video right here and check it out as we've made minor changes. And there is the pressure in the tires. We've already reduced the rear tire pressure during the practice sessions. And as you saw in the grid, we are just about a half a second behind our teammate, which is going to put us in 6th place. Again, the default strategy, and that includes the fuel as well. We are starting with 57 laps of fuel instead of the 51 laps that is the minimum required. The worst thing that can happen is that you run low on fuel as you're going around the track, and you will have to
We're not seeing any
lean down.
technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want you to bog down.
So around turn 1 and 2, which are 90-degree left-handers. Very slow into this first DRS zone. And this is a medium length straight. Again with the DRS, and we are going to brake very hard here at the 100-meter mark. Again for a 90-degree left-hander, but it has a wide exit. And you want to get as close to the wall to the right as possible. Turn 4 here to the right. You want to touch the curb just a little bit on the right. Skim against the wall on the left, and you will be making another left-hander. And this is almost as chicane as you go left and right out of turn 6. Very hard accelerating here, and we're going to have a very open turn 7, and open because we have a curve very far away from the wall, and we're going to be riding that curve to the right for most of the race. Very slow section here as we go by the castle on the left. This is 8, 9, 10, 11, and this is 12. Big burst of speed here as we cover around turn 13, a wide left-hander. Turn 14, also a wide left-hander. And very hard braking here. Into turn 15, ride the curb on the left. Make sure that you don't ride it too much, otherwise it'll throw you on the right into the wall. Turn 16 here, a very slow left-hander, and from here on out, it's going to be full throttle. 17 there to the right, 18 here to the left, close to the wall here on 19. Turn 20, a very wide right-hander. Again, that's going to open up to the main straight, and you want to hang on here just until we get to the DRS zone. Activate DRS, and now you're going to want to use your ERS to reach top speed, and that will take you by the pit entrance here to the left. And now we are approaching back to our grid box. Grandstands to the right.
Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out.
We're waiting for the 5 lights to go out, and we are racing. Again, our teammate is in pole. He is there on the left of your screen. Still in 6th place as we come in through 1, and we're going to gain a couple of spots here, coming in through 2. Big hit there on the right. No damage indicated. I believe we ran into the Mercedes, and I believe that is George Russell. But again, no damage indicated. Turn 3, turn 4. And that is Russell coming back around as we had a very slow exit. Into turn 5, and we are going to keep this in 3rd gear. Exit out in 6. Very poor traction out of the rear. Now we are racing with a set of mediums. Very little experience with the mediums. We did use them for the practice programs, however, not for a lot of laps. So we don't really know how long they're going to last. We are projected to come in on lap 21.
Around you.
And we do need to get around the Mercedes here. So hopefully there'll be very good tires. And behind George Russell here, you can see the Ferrari and Red Bull starting to get away as they are out of sight. And this is the view from George Russell as the 66 tries to come around to the right. I think he's running a lot of wing compared to us. Down the main straight, no DRS yet available. And looking at a turn 1, you can see the Ferrari and the Red Bull just disappearing, but our teammate has clocked out. Kamui at this point is 3.5 seconds just into lap 2. Okay, rear tires are up now. And looking at the timing on the upper left, we can't see which tires he's got on. Right now, everybody but Norris on the board is showing medium tires, and those are the cars that are likely going to be going for a 1-stop. There we are, Kamui now 3.9 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc in 2nd place. Looking back from the Red Bull of Max Verstappen, you can see the number 66 of Mars Medina just coming into the picture as we go around the corner. Through the castle section. Very slow part of the track and very little passing possible here. Exit out of 16, 17, 18, full throttle. And the distance from 16 all the way down to turn 1 is supposed to be 1.4 or 1.5 miles. So that is a very long time to be on full throttle. Now coming out of the last race where the number 66 expired, we are hoping for a good race this time around. Turns out it was a transmission problem, and this time around we do have a new transmission in the vehicle. That is one of the wearable items that you have a limited supply of, and they do expire fast. We had at times in the season used a practice set, an old set transmission during the practice sessions, but for the last few races we've been racing and practicing on the same transmission. So that put a lot of wear, although it was only rated up to 58%, so that's not really a lot. Just one of the possible failures that you can have here in Formula 1. This is our teammate Kamui Kobayashi lapping around. He is now 5.2 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc in second place. Down through 15. This is turn 16, 17, 18, and 19 from the air. Little kick here to the right, that is turn 20 as we approach the pit entry here to the left. By the grandstands, by the pit stands, and cross the start-finish line. And we got to see there in the background the cars coming, 2 and 3.
3.5 seconds. The car behind started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it.
So right now our goal here is to put in some consistent laps. They don't have to be the fastest laps, but they do have to be consistent. And it usually rewards us with reducing time from the cars ahead. And you can see here that they are just disappearing into the next corner, so we are getting closer in the number 66. Again, in through the castle section. And that exit out of turn 12 is actually very complicated as we are trying to put down power, but the traction is usually offset. And so we do have to be very careful about applying throttle. Turn 16 once again. On board with the number 66 this time around. Yes, we're looking at the timing and we are looking at how far away our teammate has gotten in just the opening laps of this race. Again, at this point of the race, we can't tell which compound he's got, but he's definitely very, very fast. And we are looking back from the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc, and that is Max Verstappen behind in P3. And we just got to see there the number 66 rounding around the corner in turn 7. On board now with Max Verstappen, we are watching Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, turn 15. Again, turn 16, very important. We're going to go very wide all the way to the right as we will be on the throttle until turn 1. Max Verstappen here just under the wing of Charles Leclerc, giving him a very good race. Lap 6 of 51. Now Max is going to have the DRS here on Charles. Let's see if he can get around. Not close enough. So Max Verstappen not very fast right now. There we have it. We just saw Kamui going through the castle section as we approached the entrance into the castle section, so he is quite a good distance ahead. And we still have Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc in between.
Just don't have enough grip in the rear.
Watch your delta, make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Right, drop your speed, our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
So right now we don't know why the safety car, but it is going to be a full course yellow.
In the pits. Kamui in the pits now.
Right now lap 6. And we just heard that Kamui is in the pits, so he's changing out of his tires. Don't know why he would be changing very early at this point unless he started on a set of the soft tires. And there he is as he exits the pits. We are trying to catch up to the safety car, and he has beat us out of the pits. Just a good indication of how far ahead he was.
The car behind's just boxed for mediums. Car behind on the medium tire now.
I don't get it. Leclerc and Verstappen. Oh, they also pitted.
Yeah, so we see here a lot of cars coming in now to the pits. I can't imagine that they all started on soft tires. And we see the Williams of Alex Albon on soft tires this time around. There we are. So we've got a few cars put on soft tires out of that pit stop. And right now, Mars Medina and his 66 is going to remain on track right behind Kamui Kobayashi. We only have 7 laps now on this set of tires. We do expect that we will change them on lap 71, so they should have at least 70 or 80% of their life, if not more, since they are the medium tires. So again, we are going to stay on the track. If we come in now, or come in early, we are certainly going to lose a lot of spots on the grid. And since we are not coming in now, we are definitely going to have to stick with our one-stop strategy. And looking at Kamui just ahead, he will be on a 2-stop as a result. And right now we are waiting to see what tires he's got on. And hopefully we can have a good look as they come by. Again, right behind the safety car, there's Kamui. He is on a set of soft tires. So if he started on a set of softs, he put on a second set of softs.
this will be our chance if we can somehow get by Kamui. At least we are near his wing now. But he really did take off on that early part of the race. 11 seconds before 5 laps are done. That's 2 seconds faster. And in qualifying, he was only a half second faster.
Continuing on behind the safety car, and that is our teammate Kamui Kobayashi. Into driving immersion just ahead of us, coming in through the castle section. Out of turn 12.
I guess this safety car, oh, he is on soft. Oh my god. Well, he is going to go for another 2 stops.
So we are considering Kamui's strategy here for the race.
Get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap.
And right now he's got a brand new set of softs, but those tires will degrade faster than our set of mediums. So here, while we are close to him, we are going to try to do everything we can to get by. And once we get by, we're going to have to keep him behind and just let the soft tires expire. That is the only way. If he gets away at this point, there's no catching him, even if he comes in once again.
No tire concerns at the moment, just focus on the drive.
So coming into turn 1, we are on the inside after the green. And there we are. Kamui is behind us in P2.
So a very slow jump for him.
So right here in the first DRS zone, we're going to have to try to keep him behind. He doesn't have it right now, but later on, he will have it. And right here, if he cannot pass us, it will be very difficult for him to get by around until we get back
So
to
right now,
the
it doesn't do us any
main
good to go
straights.
fast.
Yes, looking at the timing, Kamui is 0.2 seconds behind, so very close, but so is the Ferrari.
I'll keep him back there with the other cars. We are going to waste his soft tires.
Into turn 14, he is very close with the proximity arrow showing he is in red, so he is wheel to wheel. Riding on board now with Kamui, looking at Mars Medina in the 66. He will have DRS available this time around, and right now he is very much in tow. Kamui not able to get around into turn 1, and we continue on in the lead in the 66. We will have another chance here coming out of 2 in the DRS zone. Still not enough speed. And the strategy here is to reserve your ERS for the main straights where he may have the speed advantage. This is Kamui Kobayashi coming in through 8, 9, and 10, 11, and 12.
I think if I can keep him back there for about 4 or 5 laps, as the soft tires will start to go away.
That is definitely the strategy and the only one that we can use at this point. And you can see here that we've gained a little bit of distance, several car lengths maybe. Down the main straight as we are watching Kamui. He's got his DRS open. A couple of wheels ahead, but we keep the inside and he's not going to be able to turn into turn 1.
And that was mastery.
So very early on in the race, we are already fighting against our teammate. And this is actually a very long race. Only 51 laps, but a very long track.
I wonder if he's on the radio calling for team orders.
It's not likely that Kamui is going to get the advantage of team orders at this point. We are quite a ways ahead in the championship. And there is no way that any team would let the second driver get past at this point. So the lead in the championship is going to have the right of way. And we open up to the main straight again on full throttle out of 16 to see if Kamui can make up some of its distance. Now about 10 car lengths. He will still have his DRS. There we are. And he's saved up his ERS. He would have enough energy to come through here. But right now, Mars Medina in the 66 taking up the whole track, not giving up an inch of space. Very close once again out of turn 2 into a DRS zone. Kamui should have the speed right here, and you can see that he approaches the 66 very fast. Wheel to wheel here. But Mars Medina on the inside of turn 3. Just under the wing coming out of 4. Back from the 66, that is Kamui, and we're going to look at his approach here in the 15. So he is very close, wheel to wheel. We don't see him go by. We do see a bollard flying, so he must have flown over the curb. Again, that curb on turn 15 is very high, and it will throw you into the wall.
He's getting desperate. He's definitely going to be running out of time as those tires get older.
So it will take about a lap and a half, maybe 2. Now this is a longer lap, so lap and a half is a good time for him to get the tires warmed up. So right now they should be at their maximum. And he needs to be able to take advantage of their speed, but he just cannot get around Mars Medina here in the 66. And he's probably got maybe 3 or 4 laps left until they start to degrade. So we're looking at maybe 16 or 17. And another 3 or 4 laps here for the 66 to keep on fighting. The medium tires that we have right now are the tires that we started with, but they do wear pretty well here at Baku. And at this point, they should still be at their maximum capability. And they'll remain this way probably until about 16 or 17, same time that his tires will start to degrade. But again, as these are the mediums, even when they do start to degrade, they will not degrade as fast as the soft tires.
Okay,
So
no issues with tyre wear for now. We'll keep taking care of them.
once we get to 16 or 17, we should be faster than his soft tires. There we are. Kamui gets around into turn 1. He starts braking early and we start braking late. We swap positions in the middle of the turn. He's still on the inside and he is going to back down into turn 2. He will have his DRS available here. But he was not in a position to have a quick exit out of 2, and we are going to remain ahead. Very close racing here with Kamui Kobayashi. And the Ferrari is still very close in tow. Charles Leclerc very much in the race. So a quick look at the timing here shows that Kamui still has the fastest lap here on lap 14. He is just about a half a second behind at this point of the track, as we ride the curb out of Frull. Very hard on the brakes, and we do let the car slide out a little bit as we come around the apex. Again, very careful not to ride the curb into 15. So for the full lap here at Baku, we've got walls on our left and right, and again, very close to the walls in 15. Here's Kamui again down the main straight. He's got his DRS open. He comes around. He is on the outside, and he just cannot turn in as the 66 is on the inside. So we hold him off again into turn 1, and here we go into turn 2. Let's see if he can put together some speed on the exit to get by in this DRS zone. We've got a long train of cars just behind us, so everybody is up to speed. And right now the 66 cannot skip a heartbeat, otherwise all these cars will go by. Turn 8, turn 9, turn 10, 12. And right now the 66 is managing to keep Kamui just behind him. Another run by 15. So back behind the wheel of the 66, you can see here that we are not using our ERS as we come in through 18 and 19. And that is simply because we are going to have to reserve our speed here for the main straight as we approach the start-finish line and into turn 1 when Kamui here is going to have his DRS open. We're going to need our maximum power and speed. See here that we were able to keep him behind, riding on the nose with Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari in P3. DRS zone once again. And Mars Medina is going to keep it in front. And I believe later on in the race we may be able to see that we actually run out of ERS down the main straight. So we turn it off momentarily, and just as fast it will recharge to about 5 or 6%, and then we can put it back on. So you'll see us seemingly pressing the button on the steering wheel, and that is to activate and deactivate the ERS energy as we run out and recharge down the main straight, and that helps us stay ahead of Kamui right behind us here.
Tires should be going away by now.
Yes, that's our estimation for Kamui's tires. Again, he is on a second set of soft tires, and he expected to be very fast, but for this part of the race, he is stuck behind the 66 here. And he has always been within about half a second since the release of the safety car. We saw him in the first 5 or 6 laps of the race take off from the rest of the field, putting on 11 seconds ahead of P2 by the time we reached lap 5 and lap 6. So if he did get around number 66 here, he would be flying out and flying away. And you can see here that right behind the 2 driving immersion cars, we've got 2 Ferraris, which is nice to see, meaning that both boys are up in the race. Right behind, I believe that is George Russell in the Mercedes. And you can see here that Kamui is trying to slingshot through the turns, changing his line. Just so happens turn 15 does pinch the field and pinch the track, so obviously no getting around that. Down the main straight again, we have a little distance here in between us and our teammate, probably about 5 or 6 cars as he has his DRS open. Still within a half a second into turn 1. Not able to challenge us this time. Again, it may be possible that his tires are really starting to go away, and he is definitely feeling it.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Mars Medina is still on his first set of mediums and first set of tires. Again, very little time on the mediums here in the practice sessions, so we didn't expect that they would actually be this good, and they are very good right now. Very quickly down the main straight. Once again, we are putting some space in between us and our teammates. You can see here the following cars all have their DRS open. None here for the leading car, the number 66.
Soft tires have gone away.
So it's looking more and more clear that Kamui must have a set of tires that are expiring. Even here in this low section, he just cannot get back up to the 66. And he really should have the advantage there, as he's got a set of soft tires. Again, the 66 on the first set of tires, which are the mediums. You can see there that we're going to break out of the toe just for a little bit, just to make sure that he's not able to get around, and at the same time cover the inside of turn 1 and turn 2. Turn 5 and 6. Again, very much like a chicane. And there is a high curb also on the inside of turn 6, and you want to avoid that, as it's going to slow your exit out. And come into turn 7. There's a tall curb in 15, just touch it just a little bit. We do ride the curb on the inside as we brake hard. And that way we can widen the curve just a little bit, just as we do here coming into 17 and 18 and 19. Turn 20. Brief flick through our HUD on the lower right, and we can see that nothing seems to be expiring. Here is Kamui coming in to change out of his soft tires. We did calculate accurately when he would come in, as those tires would be expiring. Now we are... The 66 is due to come in at the end of this lap. There we are.
Maybe he'll put on a set of mediums, and that will certainly erase all of our...
So at this point, we don't know which tires he put on, as we head back to Mars Medina in the 66, coming around through turn 5.
So his friends will have made a second step. Or a different set of tires.
And right now we are racing with the Ferrari, as he is very close behind. As we come in through turn 19 and 20, we are preparing to come in. Again, you should practice coming into the pit lane in the practice sessions. It is absolutely necessary. Hitting the pit limiter just in time and coming into your pit box. They will be very necessary during the race.
Okay, go, go, go! That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go.
There is the one and only pit stop for the number 66 as we put on the hard tires. Lap 22 of 51. We do expect to finish the race on
Oh
this
yes,
set of
he is on a
tires.
set of mediums.
And as we come out, that car just ahead of us is going to be Kamui Kobayashi. So he did beat us out of the pits. And at this point, we can see which tires he's got on. He's got a set of the hard tires as well. And that is turn 15 from in the crane. So a very sharp left-hander. Again, a very high curb. Way over the curb here as we exit out. And here, as we watch the steering wheel, we'll see that Mars Medina will turn off and disable the ERS and turn it back on as it recharges very quickly just to have extra power here down the main straight, and we are going to be using that
Still looking good.
as we desperately need to catch up to Kamui here. Now in the very beginning of the race he did prove that he was very fast, but he was on a set of the soft tires. We are on a set of mediums. Now both cars on the same set of hard tires, so let's see how he does. And I think here that we have to make a move within the next 4 or 5 laps, otherwise Kamui will definitely just go on ahead as our tires will degrade. His tires are only 1 lap older than ours, so
Car does not like to turn.
their wear level will be very nearly the same.
He will have the DRS on that car, and he will go.
Got that confirmed.
From the T-cam of the 66, this is one of the Cash App Red Bulls. I believe that might be, oh, it's Sergio Perez. And again, Sergio Perez has been moved down from the Red Bull team. And that is why we didn't recognize him in this car. There have been a few driver movements within the season so far, but they are unannounced throughout the race weekends. It would be nice if EA Sports could add to that a little bit and make some kind of storyline from the driver transfers within the season from team to team or from car to car. At the beginning of the season, Daniel Ricciardo was in this car, and right now, currently, Daniel Ricciardo is not racing in any of the vehicles. So again, just something that you find out as the season wears on, but the game makes no note of it whatsoever. So right now behind Perez, the 66 is going to have to hang on until we get to the main straight. We should be able to get around with our ERS and our DRS, which will be available to us. And we are waiting here for the main straight, as that is going to help us hopefully slingshot up to Kamui. He does not have DRS available to him down the main straight, as he is ahead of these two cars and he is not following any car. So there we are, looking at the 66. DRS is open, and it's kind of hard to quantify how many seconds we've gained here on Kamui, but you can see here that we're just a little bit closer now that we got by Perez down the main straight. From the T-Cam with the 66, and now with Kamui in the 75, watching the 66 driving immersion. Just trying to gauge the distance, obviously a little bit closer here. Again, the difference between the mediums and the hard tires here at Baku is very little. We're having to make very little adjustments as a result of lesser grip. So both compounds very good here. Like most tracks, the soft tires, the red stripe tires, are about 1.5, maybe 1.7 seconds faster per lap than a set of mediums. And that is the reason why Kamui did get away on the very first part of the race. Here we are with our DRS. We are able to get inside of Kamui into turn 1 very easily. And he was too late to put up a fight and close the lane. So now we are ahead of Kamui. After slowly putting together very consistent laps, we are able to get back up to him.
He is running slow on his set of mediums.
And it's very possible that within the calculations of the game here, that perhaps his ability on the hard tires are not as good as they are on the soft tires. And in between the race weekends, you can actually increase your co-driver or second driver's pace and skill. Have to say that we have not done that within the last 5 or 6 races, as Kamui is very fast and he is becoming our most common challenger here, especially within the last 4 or 5 races. So down the main straight, we do have quite a distance now between us and Kamui. He still has DRS available to him, but certainly not under our wing. And that's going to allow us to race freely here and put on, again, more consistent laps. That is Pierre Gasly and the Alpine just ahead of us. A very good shakedown out of the pit stops for him, as he is very near the front of the race. We still have a Ferrari and I believe Max Verstappen. Also part of the shakeout from the pit stops ahead of the 66 here. Nope, that's Lando Norris and Max. Yep. The Ferraris are behind us at this point. So a very fortunate pit stop for Lando Norris. And perhaps an unfortunate pit stop for Charles Leclerc as he is behind us now. Back on board with the 66. We are not in DRS with the car ahead of us. I don't believe that is 1 second. No, it's not. Timing shows it is 1.8, so we can't activate our DRS. And we're going to make use of our ERS as much as possible. We do look like we did gain some space in between the cars, coming into turn 1 and turn 2. Very quick blast with the ERS. And it reduced our distance by about 0.4 seconds. Close now to Pierre Gasly in the slow sections. He does have a set of the hard tires as well. And those tires, I believe, are within 1 lap of age or wear as the 66 here. But again, very close out of turn 16, and we are going to be under the DRS zone, and we will definitely activate that as we come through. That is going to bring us into a podium position in P3. There we are into turn 1. Getting by the Alpine. Quick flicker of the throttle there for the 66 just to turn the car. There are a few of those turns here at Baku. And basically, while the tires are under lateral load, you'll actually just flip the throttle and it will help to rotate the car. Turn 12 is actually one of those zones.
Verstappen is quite a ways in the lead. And he is on a 1-stop like everybody else now.
Yeah, so right now P3 for the number 66, that is Lando Norris just ahead of us. And you can see his car. That is 2 seconds. And it will not allow us to open our rear wing down the DRS zone. But Max Verstappen just about 7 seconds ahead here of the two cars. So again, a very good pit stop for Max. So there we just got a very good look at the high curb in 15. Again, it will bounce your car to the outside if you hit it too hard, or if it hits the center of the vehicle's floor. About a half a second here behind Lando Norris. We did not have DRS available down the main straight, but here after turn 2 we do have it, and we're going to try to come around. Doesn't look like a lot of space, but he is on the inside, very wide here, still wheel to wheel. And right there I believe we did scrape the wall, but it does not indicate any damage. Very, very close in turn 3.
How we are going so fast with a set of hard tires, but I will take it.
Yes, we are getting our fastest lap of the race for the 66 on a set of hard tires. I suppose it's a matter of being in the DRS zone and using the ERS at the same time. Again, the performance between the medium and the hard tire compounds are very close. We do expect that these hard tires are going to last longer than the mediums, of course. And we do expect that we are going to be finishing the race on this set. As we are not having any grip problems, we have not been looking at the condition or wear on these tires. Right now our focus is on Max Verstappen. He is 4 seconds ahead, but that is him just disappearing into turn 8 and 9, 10 and 11, and 12. And he should be, well, he's gone now. A little too early in the throttle coming out of 12. And a big misstep for us. That is going to give Max back probably about 0.6 of a second. Very important here now, as after this turn, turn 16 is going to be full throttle, and we're going to need this section to get some time back on Max. Let's see, now we are up to 4.9 and 5 seconds.
Can't quite distinguish who that is.
Yes, according to the timing, that should be Max Verstappen. Still very far away that we just see a dark figure disappearing through the turns. As we get closer, we are looking for that distinctive yellow scoop on the top of the car, and that is the Red Bull. So just about 9/10 of a second gained since the main straight. A very good lap here for the 66. 3.2 seconds now, still going faster on this lap than Max Verstappen.
That was kind of a slow lap. And for some reason we have fast lap right now.
Yes, that lap was about 1.5 seconds slower than our fastest lap, so it's very possible that Max up ahead may be having trouble. Or perhaps his car just does not have the pace.
Uh-oh, Kamui coming back.
Yes, that is our teammate following us through turn 15. We have not been watching the race behind us, but look at him now, and he is definitely within sight here, just as much as Max Verstappen. There is 1, 2, and 3 on your screen down the main straight here at Baku. That is turn 1, and here comes turn 2. All 3 cars seemingly getting closer and closer, so Max must be slowing down. Very close quarters here through the castle section. Another bit of a slide for the 66 as we accelerate out. And we are trying to reel in Max Verstappen here little by little, as much as we can. He did seem to lose a little bit of pace, but he remains just ahead of us now. Coming in through turn 2, we will have DRS available to us on Max Verstappen. This might be the place where we do get ahead of him. There we are. Now ahead of Max Verstappen into turn 4. Back again at Max Verstappen after putting together a number of very good consistent laps. We were able to get by him, but that is our teammate right behind him, and no matter what we do, we cannot seem to drop Kamui. He does have the same car, and now he's got the same tires. His tire just one lap older than ours.
Inside now, Kamui's going to come for us.
So Kamui did slingshot past Max, and he did have a very good look at us into turn 1. Out of turn 2, he will have his DRS open. And right now we are going to try to stay on the inside of the turn just to keep the door closed. He is a little faster in some spots. Again, both cars very equal now. Riding on board with Max Verstappen, this is the 2 driving immersions of Kamui Kobayashi and Mars Medina just up ahead in P1. Turn 14 here.
5%.
And turn 15.
I'll take that.
Quick flick through our tire wear. 5% and 6% in the right rear. And that is about 15 laps on this set of tires, so that's very, very good wear.
So I don't know what's happening. We are getting away.
Baku is very gentle on the tires. From the nose cam of Max Verstappen, we get a very good look at the tall skyscrapers here in a very modern city. The streets are nice and wide here until we get into the old part of town, the castle section. Another view from turn number 8.
So I was trying to slow him down and let the Red Bull and the Ferrari come and deal with him.
Trying to get back to our previous strategy with ditch, which did work before, and we are trying to slow him down so that the other cars can slow him down from behind, giving him a challenge. If
Slow
we
them.
choose to take off very
He is
quickly
coming around.
and drop the other cars,
Let's
our
have
teammate
DRS.
will simply come by just like that. Down the main straight. Now Kamui is in P1. Slight bobble coming into turn 1, and both cars are side by side coming into turn 2. And Kamui is going to hold off on the inside, and he's going to remain in P1. That does allow the 66 to run here with his DRS. And we are able to take P1 back from Kamui Kobayashi. So very close racing and taking every bit of opportunity that we can. And he is as well. So a very good race here for the driving immersion teams. And you can see here that the Ferrari has caught right back up. And I think Max has a very slow car compared to these three, as he has given up the lead and all of the podium positions just ahead of him here coming in through turn 12.
Trying to get in the hole there.
There we are, dodging left and right just to avoid having to pull him. Down the main straight, he will have his DRS available and his rear wing open, so he will have the speed advantage, but the least we could do is not pull him through. Still very close here as we come in through 4 and 5.
Did Max fall off?
This is turn 6 once again.
Nope.
Very short burst of
It was a
speed.
McLaren. In 4th place.
And again, the curb on the inside of turn 6 is very low. Very easy to drive over it without consequence. Turn 12 here.
Truth is, you could go very slowly, as slowly as you want, through the cancel section. Very hard place to pass.
On board with Kamui, you can hear the increase in speed as he opens up his DRS. Oh, very close there. I did see something flying from one of the cars. It would be Kamui's car, as his front wing is there. Still on board with Kamui, just ahead of the Ferrari. We're hoping to have a look at his front wing. We did see car parts flying out of turn 2. back to Max now, and we are watching 1, 2, and 3 racing up ahead, coming into turn 15. Racing has been very close through most of the race, aside from the first part where Kamui, our teammate, had taken off and put on 11 seconds before we get to lap 6. So he does have a very fast car.
You're leading the pack, that's P1. Okay, Kamui's behind you. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
We are on lap 42 of this 51 lap race. Currently in the lead, our teammate just behind by about half a second. And we do have the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc behind him, with Max Verstappen trailing in 4th place. Next car is 1.7 seconds behind, and that is Lando Norris in the McLaren. He did have an advantageous pit stop earlier, but not having a very fast race here. No, he's actually right behind Max Verstappen. 0.2 seconds now. This is turn 2, and I look at the timing, shows that Charles Leclerc got ahead of our teammate Kamui Kobayashi, now in 3rd place. And he is going to use his DRS to get back around the Ferrari. Side by side out of 3, but the Ferrari stays ahead. Laps are counting down as we try to stay ahead of our teammate. Once again behind the Ferrari. I believe he's got a very hard time coming out of a very big slide there for the number 66. That's going to be about 0.4 of a second. As you can see here, the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc gets under the wing. He will have his DRS available to him as we come through here into turn 3. And we're watching to see if he's got enough speed. Nope. Not able to get around. But yes, we did see Kamui earlier in the race jump over the curb in turn 15. And obviously that will throw you into the wall. If it doesn't break your car, it will certainly slow you down for the exit out of 16 and onto the main straight. That makes you a vulnerable driver down the main straight, because anybody close behind you who's got a better start out of 16 is going to be able to pass you with the DRS. Just such a long straight that you can't avoid it unless you have enough ERS on board the vehicle. So turn 16 and turn 15, definitely one of the most important corners of the race here. And there's 15. And here is 16, again, very important. And from that apex on, we are full throttle down through 17, 18, 19, and 20.
This car's running really well. Hard tires are very good, actually.
So yes, on the set of the mediums and on the set of the hard tires, the number 66 car has been running very well. Very little change in performance and drivability as the tires wear down. Obviously, with the set of hard tires here, after 15 laps, we were only seeing about 5% wear, so that's very, very good. Now, when the drivability of the vehicle or the car changes very fast, as in having a set of soft tires, it actually makes it very difficult to drive the car, as the conditions that you're driving through are changing constantly as you lap. So here again, with the medium and the hard tires, if you can put together a chain of maybe 4 or 5 consistent laps, you will certainly make gains. And again, that is what got us back up here to P1. Darting again left and right just to keep Charles Leclerc away. There's somebody diving to our right. That is Charles Leclerc momentarily ahead, wheel to wheel, but on the exit of turn 1, we are going to stay in front.
Thought I had the DRS on, or the ERS.
On board with Lando Norris, as it is too wide into turn 2. That is Max Verstappen, and he is passed again. So he is falling back. There is another Ferrari challenging him as well. Now our teammate here challenging Charles Leclerc for P2, and he's going to get it out of turn 3 and 4. Nope, Charles Leclerc gets it back. And continuing on, we have not seen Kamui's front wing as of yet. We do remember that he did hit the 66. There it is. He is missing an end plate. He is missing an end plate. So we were right. He did have a big collision with the 66. And it did remove his end plate. And that is possibly why he is falling behind, and possibly why Charles Leclerc here in the Ferrari is able to get by him in the tighter, twisty sections of the track. Great racing here at Baku in Azerbaijan.
Right to 0.
And you can actually see last year's race. Actually, it's a 2022 race on our channel. Also a full race, also in full simulation. And also in our channel, you can see we are doing a 24 Hours of Le Mans series. The race is separated into stints We still have just about 9 or 10 hours to go at this point. But again, you can find those and the Driving Immersion channel again on YouTube in Ultra HD and in HD on Facebook. This is on board with Charles Leclerc. That is Mars Medina in the 66. This is for P1. Lap 47 of 51, closing to the end of the race.
Charles just tried to show his nose. Just when I thought that I'm not gonna try. But it just goes to show you never know.
Yes, Charles Leclerc still very racy as we look from the helicopter. You can see our teammate just behind him. Also have a quick look at his front wing. The right end plate is missing from an earlier collision with the 66. This is Charles Leclerc looking for any opportunity to get by the 66 here. At this point of the race, that will give him P1 and the win for the weekend. We can see that Mars Medina in the 66 turning off and turning on the ERS just to recharge. Again, very good system here for the number 66. As soon as you turn it off, it starts to charge very rapidly up to about 5 or 6%. At that point, you can turn it back on. And the difference there is probably 1 or 2 seconds. So maybe 1 or 2 seconds without the ERS will get you back up to 5 or 6%. And I think that's only possible simply because of the long straight. There's enough time to charge it and activate it again and drain it, and then turn it off and recharge it and activate it again. I think in most of the other tracks, the straights or the DRS zones are not that long. So you may only see that here in Baku. Coming around through the castle section again. That is the castle to the right of the screen. The tight portion of the track through the city. Again, we are approaching the closing laps. The Ferrari of Charles Leclerc here, still very close. And that is turn 15. Not giving us a challenge there. He knows that it's very important to come out of 16 here. And this is going to be where the race is. Now he is very close. He will have his DRS available to him. And it's going to be up to Mars Medina here to stay ahead. He does not have DRS, so he will not have the speed advantage. Just about a half a second ahead, and he remains in front. lap 50 of 51 now. You can
So
see
we've done a
here
very
that
good job here of preserving the tires.
the field's still very close,
Include 8%.
and the win is still very much up for grabs. Anything can happen, especially down the main straight. And here, as we watch the number 66, the plan here is to maintain the lead, obviously, and to control the race from up front. So P1 through P7 all within half a second of each other. You can see here the Ferrari is going to pull ahead of the 66 down the main straight, and he's going to get the lead into turn 1. This is the final lap of the race, lap 51 of 51. Mars Medina here has a very good look into turn 2, just avoiding losing his front end plate just as Kamui did earlier in the race. Down the back straight, and that is with the DRS open, but still not enough speed to get around Charles Leclerc and the Ferrari. But look, the 66 takes a dive on the inside of turn 4 as the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc was slowing down and preparing for the turn. And very quickly, just in the blink of an eye, the 66 regains the lead. And that is going to be, hopefully for the win for the race, a very fortuitous move. Now, we haven't seen a pass through turn 4 throughout the race, but if you're going to do it, it should be now, as you're going to get the win for the race. Coming through 14 and 15 here, Mars Medina in the 66 ahead of Charles Leclerc, who seemingly had the race just a few turns ago, is now watching the 66 Driving Immersion taking off at the exit of 16. Again, full throttle here. Really nothing else can happen here for Charles Leclerc or even Kamui to get up to the 66. So Mars Medina will come home with the win. Here is the DRS zone, and no car close enough here at this point. Mars Medina is going to have the checkered flag, and that is a win here, a very hard-fought win in Baku.
Well, I think I miscounted the lap.
Fantastic drive. That's
It's a good thing I went for it.
fantastic. Amazing. You deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
So after a very disappointing DNF here at Monza, one of our tracks that we are very excited to race on, Baku also comes in and we take the win. So a very good win here for the team.
There's still a lot of racing left.
You always look back at a race like this and think, if I had just made that mistake there or looked up here, there would have been contact. And every one of those overtakes is a moment where you have to absolutely nail it, perfect it, and that's exactly what they're able to do today. Great stuff indeed.
The faces on our top 3 look so incredibly happy as they make their way up to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance from them all.
Looks like Kamui did get around Ferrari, Charles Leclerc.
There is the win for Mars Medina here at Baku. Kamui Kobayashi coming in second. He did get it back around Charles Leclerc down the main straight. So
Well, what an end
P3
to another
for Charles Leclerc and the
fantastic
Ferrari.
weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next
Also
one.
coming home with the fastest lap of the race. And that is going to do it for the race here at Baku. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to click on like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.